Two young men in Bradenton are dead, and deputies are still searching for a teenage suspect. Plus, with severe watches and warnings in effect across the state, what we can expect weather-wise here on the Suncoast, and an upscale community plagued by dead fish. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6:30.
Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. We start tonight with breaking news out of Bradenton. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office still looking for a 17-year-old suspect, Joe Clairjuste, in connection with a double murder overnight. Just after midnight, Bradenton police responded to a gunshot victim, 18-year-old Caleb Bowman, who later died at Manatee Memorial Hospital. And then an investigation led sheriff's detectives to the back of this shopping center along Cortez Road West, where a second victim, 18-year-old Kamundry Pittman, was found dead as well, also from an apparent gunshot wound. ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us live from that scene tonight. And Erica, what have we learned since this investigation started earlier today?
Adam, good evening. We're still learning more about the two victims and the teen deputies have been searching for since this morning. Manatee County deputies say Caleb Bowman died at Manatee Memorial Hospital earlier today. Friends on Facebook were shocked to hear of his death, saying the 18-year-old used to regularly hang out at the Bradenton Riverwalk. We spoke to a family friend of Kamundry Pittman, the man found dead at the scene with an apparent gunshot wound. They said he was the oldest sibling in his family, and it was the rock who held his family together. Then just hours ago, we spoke with Joe Clairjuste's mother over the phone. He's the man wanted for murder in connection to this double homicide. His mother, Charlene, says she hasn't seen her son since last night and hasn't heard from him. She could barely get a word out when we spoke with her today, and when I asked her if she thought her son was involved in the case, she hesitated, crying out, "I don't know." And we also spoke with the school district of Manatee County, which confirms that those two victims both attended Bayshore High School at some point. One of the victims attending until February, and another also attended last fall. And this story is still developing. We'll bring you more details as they become available. Reporting live in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Erica. And we are learning new details tonight about an argument over a parking spot that turned deadly. A Florida man shot to death right in front of his 5-year-old son. And as ABC's Zachary Quiche reports, the shooter could be protected by Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law.
The whole incident was caught on camera. A father gunned down over a handicapped parking space. Detectives determining the shooting was justified under a controversial Florida law.
If Marquise McLaughlin hadn't walked up to him the way he did and slammed him on the ground, we wouldn't be here having this discussion either.
The altercation happened Thursday outside of a convenience store in Clearwater when Brittany Jacobs, seen in this white car, parks illegally in a handicapped space. Jacobs' boyfriend, Marquise McLaughlin, a 28-year-old black man, gets out of the car with their 5-year-old son. Detectives say that's when Michael Draker, a 47-year-old white man apparently upset the cars parked illegally, jumps out of his vehicle and inspects the car for handicap decals. When he doesn't see any, surveillance shows the two get into a verbal altercation. Moments later, McLaughlin leaves the store to defend his girlfriend, pushing Draker to the ground. Draker then pulling out his gun and opening fire, fatally shooting McLaughlin in the chest.
The defendant can use the fact that the victim started to walk away as evidence that the shooter was not in imminent harm.
The Stand Your Ground law gives Floridians the right to protect themselves if they feel threatened. McLaughlin's girlfriend is devastated.
I need justice. This is not right at all.
This man says he had a similar altercation with the shooter at the same store about a month ago.
Out here, he said he'll shoot me, called me and stuff like that, so I think it's a racial issue.
Well, back here on the Suncoast, an upscale Bradenton community is looking for answers tonight after hundreds of dead fish washed ashore over the weekend. The Tidewater Preserve in Bradenton has had their water overrun with dead fish, and the smell of those fish provoking crews to come and remove hundreds from the water. This video was taken hours after that cleanup, and at this time, it is unclear what is causing these fish to die or wash up in this specific neighborhood. An update now on a no swim advisory at Venice Beach. As you can see here on Saturday, a double red flag could be seen waving with a sign saying no swimming due to red tide. Well, today that advisory has been lifted. A single red flag now flies, meaning swimming can resume, but a high hazard remains. A warning to those with beach plans in the upcoming week. Check the current beach conditions before you grab that swimsuit. We have a link to Mote Marine's latest report, which you can find or you can see on your screen or on our website, mysuncoast.com. Our First Alert Weather team is monitoring some watches and warnings in effect across the state right now. Let's head over to Wendy Ross for a first check on our First Alert Weather forecast. Wendy?
And Adam, it's a good thing to note right now that this is not affecting our area. As you can see, it's well to the north of the Tampa Bay region, and it is affecting the northern parts of Florida over to the east coast of Florida. We are not being affected by this, but you can see all of the thunderstorms just lined up in a row, and this is where the thunderstorm watches and warnings are, that yellow box outlining them. But right here along the Sun Coast, things are quiet. We have been looking at a couple of pop-up showers, and that's been about it, but widely scattered because we're not looking at a whole lot of activity right now. You may drive through a pop-up shower, but that's going to be very quickly moving out of the way. And what we've got are a few showers that are going to be popping up out here, out in the Gulf of Mexico. They may come on shore because our winds are coming from the west, moving everything very rapidly over to the east coast. And most of the rains that we're seeing right now to the north of us are moving down to the south, but being pushed over to the east coast right now, so we're really not being affected. We may get some inland showers after 8 o'clock tonight. That's what we can expect to see for the next several hours. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. To Washington now, where former foreign policy advisor to the Trump campaign, Carter Paige, is defending himself against accusations that he may have collaborated and conspired with the Russian government. Here's ABC's Dave Packer with this new evidence.
The newly released documents show 1 month before the 2016 election, the FBI sought permission to surveil Carter Paige. The FBI telling the court Mr. Paige has been collaborating and conspiring with the Russian government. Paige, the one-time foreign policy advisor to the Trump campaign, calling the accusations against him ridiculous.
No, I've never been an agent of the foreign power by any stretch of the imagination. I might have participated in a few meetings that a lot of people, including people from the Obama administration, were sitting on in Geneva, Paris, etc. But I've never been anywhere near what's being described here.
In the more than 400 heavily redacted pages, the government lays out its case for secretly monitoring Carter Paige in a series of Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA warrants. The president taking to Twitter early this morning, writing the FISA documents confirm with little doubt that the Justice Department and FBI misled the courts, witch hunt, rigged, scam. The top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee telling ABC's George Stephanopoulos the information available when the applications were filed showed Carter Paige had been a target of Russian intelligence in the past and had met with Russian officials.
It was a solid application and renewals signed by 4 different judges appointed by 3 different Republican presidents.
But Republicans who saw the full classified documents have alleged surveillance of Paige was improperly based on information from the Steele dossier, which was put together by former British intelligence officer Christopher Steele. But those latest documents indicate the dossier was just one of the many reasons the FBI was concerned about Paige. Dave Packer, ABC News, New York.
Well, back here at home with a possible end goal of merging Sarasota and Manatee County area transit, Sarasota County has issued a request looking for people to privatize their public transit system. The county is searching for companies interested in taking over. Right now, SCAT largely depends upon the county's general fund for its operations and costs approximately $21 million of its $29 million budget. That proposal is expected to be ready by August, but it most likely will not be taken up again until December. Still to come here on ABC 7, local law enforcement react on social media to the shooting that left a Fort Myers police officer fighting for his life. Plus, a Trader Joe's supermarket in California becomes the scene of a hostage standoff. What investigators are now learning about what led to that incident.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
A suspect is in custody tonight, hours after authorities say he shot a police officer in Fort Myers, Florida. Authorities say that officer, 29-year-old Adam Jobbers Miller, is in critical but stable condition after undergoing surgery. He has been with the force since September of 2015, and right now there is limited information on what occurred. Multiple witnesses say they heard 10 to 15 gunshots during an exchange between the suspect and law enforcement officers. Although officials have not confirmed these accounts, the suspect, whose identity has not yet been released, also sustaining injuries during the encounter with the officer. The extent of that suspect's injuries is not yet known at this time. And on Sunday, the Venice Police Department reacting to that news on social media, tweeting, quote, "We are all in this together," and they are not alone with those reactions over social media. Well, the suspect in Saturday's deadly standoff at a supermarket in Los Angeles has been identified. The suspect allegedly shooting his grandmother and another woman before leading police on a chase. Here's ABC's Chelsea Edwards with what else investigators have learned.
28-year-old Gene Atkins, today identified as the man who set off a wild car chase and gun battle in the Silver Lake neighborhood of Los Angeles.
Shots fired. Trader Joe's with a black 9mm handgun.
The standoff began as a family dispute in South LA when Atkins shot his grandmother 7 times and injured another woman.
That suspect fled the location in his grandmother's vehicle, taking that female victim with him.
Police tracked the vehicle, Atkins firing at officers through the back window of the car, eventually crashing outside of this Trader Joe's.
About 3 or 4 shots were fired. And then at that point, they were just telling everyone to get down in their cars and just try to duck for safety.
Atkins, shot in the arm, rushed into the store. Dozens of people inside that Trader Joe's as police spoke with Atkins.
He made a series of demands. At all times, our hostage negotiators believed that they had established a good rapport with him.
Some of those hostages hiding in a back room, one girl texting her mother during the ordeal.
They were barricaded in a room in the back. I don't think he ever even knew that group of people was there.
Hostages seen leaving the store with their hands raised, some climbing out a window.
Everyone kept their cool, and we were just trying to stay as quiet as possible.
One employee, the store manager, identified as Melita Corrado, shot and killed. Atkins eventually requesting handcuffs from police, putting them on and surrendering. He's now being held on $2 million bail, his grandmother reportedly in stable condition. Trader Joe's Silver Lake store will remain closed until further notice, the company offering grief counseling and support to team members in need. Chelsea Edwards, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Well, now to the implosion of a historic building in Tennessee, caught on camera. Take a look. It only took a couple of seconds for one of Nashville's most historic buildings to disappear from the edge of the skyline. Replaced by a thick fog of debris, the historic Sullivan Tower was imploded Saturday as part of the Nashville Yards project. The 11-story Art Deco-style office tower opened in 1953. Parts of it had been demolished over the last few months, with the final piece coming down in under 10 seconds. Oh, wow. And Wendy Ross, one of the last to see it, maybe.
I think
she just got back from Nashville,
we were on the tour bus, so I'm sure they brought that out. I'm sure they did.
Point, right?
Yes,
yeah.
How about that? That was pretty exciting.
Did,
why is it so much fun to watch those things falling? It's just so much fun to watch.
Intriguing.
It is. It is. And you know, we had a pretty nice day today, actually. All day. We had just spots of wet weather that came on through. You said that you ran through that this morning.
A little bit.
And other places. Bob Harrigan called me today and he said, I just got rained on. I just got rained on. So it is happening out there, but it's happening in pops. And that's what's going on, because all of the wet weather really is to our north. And the reason for it is low pressure that has developed. It's along a frontal system that's pretty much stalled across the southeastern United States, but it's helping to generate all of this moisture across the panhandle, the northern parts of Florida and the northeast. And so that's where all of the wet weather has been bottled, is right up here. And we are looking at a 70% chance of storms developing on Monday as this low starts to move on down the coastline. And then we've got messy morning commute. That's in our future as well, unfortunately, and a pattern change coming up towards this end of the week and into the weekend. So we also are looking at red tide on area beaches. In addition to that, we've got rip current concerns, and we are going to be seeing numerous thunderstorms and showers developing throughout the day on Monday. But we start with the morning. And what we're going to be seeing is that this wet weather, as you can see, already is starting to move a little bit down to the south and over to the east, because we've got all these winds coming in from the Gulf, and it's just pushing everything over to the east coast and leaving us fairly quiet here right along our viewing area. We've been quiet throughout most of the day, with a few showers coming on throughout the morning hours and just popping up during the afternoon. However, we are going to be seeing some additional showers forming out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and then we've got showers that will develop inland and move eastward as well. But all of this band of wet weather is going to continue to move on down to the south, and then south of I-75 or I-4 is where we're going to start to see the rain showers developing for us. So by tomorrow, you can see we've got a very good chance that we're going to get those showers right here across the central part of our state. And this is what our futurecast is showing, is that we're going to start to see some showers building out here in the Gulf of Mexico, making their way somewhat onshore, and then the wet weather that we're seeing up here towards the north just continues to stay farther away from us. We're not going to be too concerned right now about that developing over the next couple of hours for us. However, what we can expect during the overnight time period is that we're going to start to see these showers moving a little bit closer in during the overnight time, and then during the morning we start to get these showers coming on through. So it's going to be a soggy start to the day, and then we've got more showers developing, and they'll be coming on through. The movement is going to be from the Gulf over towards the inland areas, and that's what we're going to be seeing throughout the day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's going to be our commute that we're going to be getting, or that's going to be our pattern that we'll see, and then that changes beginning over the next weekend. Today we got up to a high 91 degrees, 84 was the overnight low. Tonight we're expected to get down to about 83 degrees already. Temperatures still very close to 90 degrees right now. The tropics are quiet, I'm happy to report, so we're not expecting any development at this point, not at least for the next 48-hour period. And for boaters, if you're heading to the beach, just keep in mind it's the red tide that we're concerned with in some of the beaches, rip currents. Small craft should exercise caution. Winds will be coming in out of the west at 15 knots, so it's going to be a breezy day. And then over the next 7 days, just keep in mind the rain chances are high Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then by Friday that pattern change starts. We get the sea breeze pattern, which means that the showers will develop mostly during the afternoon hours along the sea breeze and then move on towards the east. Adam?
Now, sports.
It was a golf fan's dream. Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, and Jordan Spieth all competing in the final round of a major. Jordan Spieth shared that lead coming into Sunday, but he struggled in the windy conditions. Here we go to his second shot on 6, ends up in a bush. Pushes it right, not a great lie to begin with. He would finish 5 over and tied for 9th on the day. Tiger Woods had his ups and downs, a couple of early birdies, but a bad drive on 11 leaves him in a bad spot as well. And he finished how he started the day, tied for 6. It was a European who ruled the day, but not Rory. Francesco Molinari hanging on to par with this tough putt on 13. He would finish a bogey-free round, 8 under on the tournament, and it's good enough for the Italian's first major victory.
What can you say? It's the best golfers in history, and to be on there, it's incredible, you know, from someone like me coming from Italy, not really a major golfing country.
Molinari is the 147th British Open champion and the first major winner ever from the country of Italy. Well, for 2 straight days, it seemed like the Tampa Bay Rays were just 1 hit away from their first win since the All-Star break. Well, it was another nail-biter in the series finale with the Marlins today. Chris Archer on the hill at Tropicana Field. He struggled early, giving up this 2-run double to Miguel Rojas in the 2nd inning. We got a throwing error from right that would make it 3-0 Marlins early in this one, but Archer would bounce back in a big way. Let's move on to his 6th inning appearance. Martin Prado, Brian Holiday, and Derek Dietrich all going down swinging. Archer 6 innings, 13 strikeouts. But this is your headline. Bases loaded in the 9th. Rays need 2 to tie. How about 4? A walk-off grand slam for Daniel Robertson. You think he knew it? Rays avoid the sweep at home. Their final score, 6-4. Well, Venice High School boys volleyball has only been around for a year, but they already have a national championship. Sort of. Sophomore setter Caleb Quakel and partner Jay Cravens took home gold in the boys' 16-under division of the Junior National Championships out on Siesta Key. Over 400 boys and girls teams from ages 10 to 18 are on Siesta for that USA National Beach Tournament. Quakel and his Indians teammates will be able to finally join a district for indoor volleyball starting next spring. Former Miami Dolphins head coach Tony Sparano died unexpectedly Sunday at the age of 56. Sparano was the offensive line coach for the Minnesota Vikings, but the team did not immediately give a cause of death. Sparano coached the Dolphins from 2008 to 2011, winning 11 games and an AFC East championship in just his first season. He is survived by his wife, 2 sons, daughter, and 4 grandchildren. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, and you're struggling to pay your bills while your case is dragging on, that's where Oasis Financial comes in. Only Oasis has Oasis Express Cash that can get you from $500 to $25,000 in as little as 24 hours, faster than anyone else. There's no risk and no out-of-pocket cost.
It was so simple. I made one phone call. Oasis was able to give me the money within 24 hours.
To pay for my electric bill, my rent, and my groceries for my children.
And even if you end up losing your case, Oasis lets you keep the money, so there's absolutely no risk to you. You don't have to worry about repaying Oasis.
If I had lost my case, then I wouldn't be responsible for paying the money back. And that was a blessing.
Oasis, they killed it, man. They helped me out. They gave me my life back.
See how much money you can get before your case settles. Call Oasis Financial because life moves faster than your case. 1-800-874-8185. 1-800-874-8185.
Well, another rainy, hot weekend winding down, but what can we expect, I guess, through the rest of this evening?
Well, tonight we're actually going to be fairly quiet once again because all of that really rough weather that we're seeing over the northern part of the state is going to stay there and then kind of move to the south and east, but away from us along the coast. So we don't really have to worry about that. We could get an occasional shower just popping up. It's partly cloudy skies right now.
That's good enough to walk around in.
Yeah.
We'll see you back here at 11.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.